Hi folks, and welcome back to the Outdoor Vigilantes. This week we're going to be out in the deer woods. Well, you know, here's some video of a group of bucks that I've been watching as they grow and getting into velvet. I've got some minerals out, some of our Outdoor Vigilante minerals, and these bucks have found it and they're just loving it, and as you can tell, it's really helping their bodies and their racks. These deer are extremely slick. They got nice racks. Their bodies are all filled out. We've got 5 in this group that I've been watching. Decided to get a little bit of video footage of them in velvet. As you can tell, there's one here that's got a broken brow, and we nicknamed him the old broken brow buck.
Son, you keep talking about all this game hogging I'm doing. What in the world have you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Son, how many bucks you got out there? I don't want to hear no more about all the game hogging I'm doing, son.
Well, you know, I've been watching these bucks. I've been watching them in velvet, watching them grow. I've been able to watch them go to hardhorn. They've took and rubbed the velvet all off. And now it's time to get the old bow down and get down there in the ground blind and try this out. I haven't been down there at all. It is now in November, and I have stayed away from this spot other than going in and getting up underneath a big cedar tree and putting in one of my browning blinds by Alps. I brushed it all in up underneath the cedar tree. You couldn't even tell I'd been there. And other than replenishing the minerals and checking game cameras, I haven't hunted it one time. And now here we are in November, and it's game time. Well, it's November the 8th. The chase is going on like crazy. We're down in the bottom of a cedar thicket between a food plot and a bedding area, big cedar thicket. Trying to intercept these bucks, chasing these does out of an evening into this food plot. It's kind of like a little staging area down the bottom. Got a lot of pictures of good bucks and does down here. We barely got in the blind, and we had turkeys all over us. I got my pretty little wife Rachel running camera for me tonight. Maybe she'll be my good luck charm. Stick with us. Well, here it is, the first time hunting this spot all year, and we've waited. It's November. This deer's, I've got him patterned. I mean, he's coming in every day. So it's time now to see if he's ready to script and if he'll come in and play ball. Well, tonight I've got my wife running camera for me, and here he comes. You can see him coming off the ridge, and it looks like it's about to come together. Now this old buck, he comes down the ridge and he turns, and he's coming to them minerals just slick as a whistle. And I know those minerals are about 25, 27 yards. And here he comes. As this buck gets in, I can tell he's a decent deer, and then I see the broken brow tine, and I know that's old broke brow. Well, old broken brow, he comes in, as you can see, and he presents me a great shot, puts his front legs forward. He's checking them minerals out, and now it's the moment of truth. Outdoor Vigilantes, brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Alps Outdoors, Oak Grove Archery, Final Step Cover Scents, like you were never there. Big Piney Taxidermy, bringing your trophy back to life. Rick's Seamless Guttering, Miller Glass of Rolla,
shootability, accuracy, over 340 feet per second. The Impulse. From Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Trusted by the world's top professional archers. Shootability without sacrifice. Speed without compromise. The Impulse. Shootability accelerated by Elite Archery.
Why listen to this when you can listen to this? Leave your cares behind and relax on the Upper Merrimack float at Blue Springs Ranch. Whether you choose a raft, tube trip, kayak, or canoe adventure, you will find that escape from you were looking for. Experience the great outdoors at Blue Springs Ranch with floating, horseback riding, and even a 3,000-foot zip line. Choose basic camping to full housekeeping cabins. Call Blue Springs Ranch or reserve online at vacationbsr.com.
Alps Outdoors, a brand you can trust to bring you packs designed with a dedicated hunter in mind. When quality, durability, and a comfortable fit are as important as landing your next trophy. Whether you're hunting elk out west or turkeys in the Midwest, Alps Outdoors has a pack to make your quest more successful. Versatile, modular, practical outdoors packs get you where you need to go everywhere, every time. Alps Outdoors.
Now my wife, she don't know what to think. She knows that I've been on this deer, I've been watching this deer, I've been getting him patterned, and I've stayed out of there. I've made her and the kids stay out of there, no hunting down there. And the moment of truth, and now this happens, and she knows that my heart has just dropped plumb down on the ground. I mean, I'm devastated. She doesn't really know what to say. And I'm surprised she didn't threaten to cut my shirt tail off for missing, but she didn't beat me up too bad. Now, you know, I hear of these deer that can duck arrows, but old Broke Brow's the fastest deer I've ever seen. I held a little low to allow for this, and this deer still ducks my arrow. And as you can tell, I take the hair right off his back because you can see the hair fly. And there he was, gone. Son. Bud, I might have to quit going downtown and get a haircut. What do you charge anyway?
I don't know. I ranged him at 27 yards. Split my pins. And I hit him in what they call the no zone or whatever, the dead zone, where there's nothing between the spine and the kill zone is what it looked like to me. I don't know, it's a high shot though, and he ran off and then come back and decided to snort at me, so we're going to view the footage and see, but he ain't getting a ride in the back of the truck. Boys, that makes me sick. That's the first shot I've got all season. It's November 8th. I was just as steady and sure. I don't know if he ducked the arrow or what, but we're going to check the footage and see. It's still early. I mean, it's not even 4 o'clock. He caught us off guard coming down the hill. We were doing an opener, and here he come. So stick with us. They say everything happens for a reason.
Well, you know, this is the very next night, and I debated on whether to go back down there and hunt after old Broke Brow or not after skimming the top of his back and taking some hair off of him. You know, I figured being an adult, you know, a mature buck like this, he's probably not going to come back. But I had several deer on film down there, and it was time to start doing some real hunting, and they seemed to be moving, so we decided to go out and give it another try. Now, as I'm getting my gear together to go down to the blind, I think about it, and I think, you know, even if he does, he'll probably cross way down at the other end of the field, and I need something to bring him in here. And we've got a product that we use called a Scud. It's an in-flight scent dispenser. Screw it on an arrow, fill it full of your favorite doe and heat or whatever you want, doe and estrus, and you fire it out to 100 yards, and it lays a beautiful scent trail as the arrow spins, and it'll cover about 100 yards.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this out again. It's worked in the past. We'll see if it'll work tonight. Well, folks, we're back out in the ground blind we was in last night. It's a little honey hole that we've saved. It's November the 9th. First time we'd been in here was last night. And had an encounter with a buck we call the broken brow tine buck. Really nice, about a 3.5, 4-year-old 8-point buck with a broken brow tine. Had him at 30 yards, and my shot was a little high, and he ducked, and it bounced right off his back. So we're hoping for a little redemption tonight. We saw 2 other bucks we passed on last night, a bunch of turkeys. So this seems to be a good spot. I think we're going to have lots of action, so stick with us. Well, as luck would have it, old broke barrel comes out of the bedding area, out of the cedar thicket, the opposite direction he came the night before and an hour later. But he comes out, and he comes out further down the field, and just as I'd planned, as you can see, he smells where that scud had flown across that field. Now, I had filled that scud and launched it across this field with Bean Creek doe estrus. The doe and heat from Bean Creek Outdoor Products, you cannot beat it. It's the freshest. These deer go crazy over it. As you can tell, he's checked the wind, he smelled it, and he's coming.
I can't believe this old buck's going to give Cody a second chance. Son, he must have a death wish or something.
Outdoor Vigilantes, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bows. Bean Creek Outdoor Products. Blue Springs Ranch. Legacy Wildlife Products, what will your legacy be? Yokelman Sons, dump trucking and excavating. Nick's Gun and Pond.
Browning has been the best there is in guns and accessories since 1878, and Browning Camping is no exception. When in pursuit of the next trophy, when failure is not an option, when your endurance will be tested, when your performance level can only be the best there is, you must have camping gear that will ensure that you're protected, rested, and ready for tomorrow's hunt. So get outfitted for your next adventure with the gear that is more reliable than anything else on the market. Best there is, period.
I started this mineral lick about a year and a half ago with just OV mineral, and just starting this out in the middle of a pasture where I know big bucks frequent. The does cross here. It's a natural crossing. They come out here, they're not scared. It's kind of a safe area for them. They've got CRP all around them, and as you can see with this mineral site, how much this has helped the deer, but not only helped me locate where the deer are coming from, where they're going to, and that's only going to equal success in the future.
Absolutely. Now this is an amazing mineral site. It's dug out 3 foot by 6 foot deep, and I'm looking at this thinking, how do I get one like that? So if any of you guys want to know how to do this, how did you start this hole?
Well, I got with our host Cody Lucas. He created this mineral with not just killing in mind, but actually the health of the herd. He wanted something that was going to help all aspects of hunting. So he gave me this. He said, try this out. This is my own mixture. It's in the testing phase. So, you know what? I'll give it a try. And here we are a year later. This is going to be our 3rd or 4th application in this hole. And a year and a half later, we have this big of a hole. We have numerous pictures of big bucks, does, fawns. Every deer in the area is coming to this lick.
And this is an exciting time of the year because this is when we really get to see these bucks. They love coming to these licks, especially early. Before September, they'll just come in there and nail it, especially with their antlers growing. And you'll see them in velvet. You'll get all these velvet picks of these awesome bucks. And it's important to have this out all year round as well.
Thwack! My old buddy just redeemed himself.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Smoked him, Dad.
I got him, son.
Holy cow.
Is it light enough in this blind?
Thank goodness this time the plan come together. Redemption is oh so sweet, and who doesn't love a second chance? Whew.
I just absolutely smoked me a good 8-pointer. Oh, mercy. What in the world? Son, I tell you what, that right there is how you do it. I mean, I put it right in his bread box. Where do I even start? My wife and I come down here last night, and that same big 8 come in, and I don't know, he was at 30 yards and I shot, and well, it bounced off the top of his back, and he ducked the arrow, and my shot was a little high and he ducked, so that didn't help none. And then we passed on 2 other bucks and a bunch of turkeys, not wanting to stink this place up, and we haven't been down here at all, and it's November the 9th, and went down here, like I say, last night and had that encounter, and I was just sick, and I was hoping for some redemption, and I just got it, baby. He came in at 28 yards, and I mean, I was blessed enough to make a great shot. It's a good buck. I am tickled pink. I got my son tonight, Peyton, videoing me. I can't wait to get my hands on this rascal and get a hold of the family and show him off. Oh yeah, baby. Whew, I'm pumped. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, after I took this shot, old Broke Brow, he circled the field, kind of run down and cut over into the creek. And there's a creek that runs about 10 yards inside the wood line there off this old growed up field that they like to cross. And he hit that creek, and well, you could hear him. I mean, he piles up. It's unbelievable, the sound, and I know now that my shot was on its mark.
Well, folks, that's what you like to see right there. I mean, red blood from one end to the other. The old nocturnal lit the path. Wow, I tell you what, there's nothing sweeter than a little redemption. That's the buck last night that I bounced the arrow off of. And for him to come back tonight, he was leery. He come in at dark. I mean, we're talking right at dark. Where yesterday, he come in at 3 o'clock. So he was figuring things out. But he wasn't figuring them out quick enough. I'm so tickled. We're gonna go recover this deer. Let's see if he's as good as we think he is. You know, the shot looked good, and right after the shot, we saw him trying to go down before he ever got through this field and into the woods. We heard him pile up. We're almost positive. But I can tell you one thing, there's so much blood. I mean, I've really got a hit on this deer. He shouldn't be far. I'll bet he's right here inside the woods. Let's see if we can track him down. Well, we're about 50 yards from where I took the shot on that buck, and we got a lot of good sign here. We just come inside the woods. We're about 10 yards inside the woods from where he come in out of that growed up field we were hunting. You know, that growed up field was a pinch point between a big cedar thicket bedding and a food source or food plot. So we got down in the bottom trying to intercept them. That's kind of a staging point, and we've really had some action the last couple nights. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go find this boy. He can't be far. He's right here. He's right here, Peyton.
Well, you know, after a short track job, we find this old buck. He went down in a little hole, little ravine there, about 5 foot deep, and crashed off in the creek.
Look at that. Yes, sirree, Bob. Look how he went down this bank. We knew we heard him crashing. Look at this. He was trying to get up that bank. He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it, boys. There he is. The one that got lucky last night wasn't so lucky tonight. Ha! Whoo, son. I tell you what a deal. What a deal. Well, here he is, folks. I'll tell you what, we call him the Broke Brow 8. We had a close encounter last night with him, bounced an arrow off his back, and tonight he made the lethal mistake of coming in and giving me one more opportunity, and I put it on him this evening. I couldn't be more happier. I tell you what, he didn't run maybe 60 yards piled up here in the creek. Not very often you get a second chance at a buck, but I tell you what, I'm liking these second chances.
You know, what a hunt. The first night, when I cut the hair off old Broke Brow's back, my wife was videoing me. Now tonight, my son Peyton, my wife couldn't make it, my son Peyton, he's videoing me tonight. And I'm getting to spend time with my son,
he gets to witness me take this buck that he knows I've been talking about at the dinner table and throughout the days and the months I've been watching this deer, and he was with me to experience it. It don't get no better than that. He done a great job videoing me. It was a great hunt. It's a memory we'll never forget, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.